I think it's rather sad because I know those youngsters were brought in by a certain group that wanted them to all be in favour of giving flowers and goodie bags to the refugees. And of course, that didn't work. It's interesting because it reflects what people are feeling. There is a split, but the most of the split is for people that just do not want the barge here. It isn't against the immigrants per se. It's against the fact it's the wrong place for it to be. We don't have the resources. And also, we are a very poor area. I think I was just looking at some statistics I can't find now. But anyway, there's about 40% of poverty, especially in children and young people within our area. It's the social inequality thing. It's just not on that all this money is going to be spent on people from outside when we haven't fixed our infrastructure first. It's wrong. There's no common sense. And there is a lot of anger within the area at the government more than anything else.
Susan, I can certainly understand. I'm sure a lot of people at home can completely understand why you don't want this barge in your area. But the reality is that thousands of people are crossing the channel, and with the system as it is, they need to be put up somewhere. And if this is cheaper and more convenient and more safe and secure than hotel accommodation, is this just a case of not in my backyard, but it'll have to be put somewhere?
Yeah, no, definitely not, because it isn't going to be cheaper. I don't have the stats in front of me, but a lot of people now are doing a lot of sums. And when you see the patching job, I mean, really, to me, this is just an icon of government incompetence, another one, because the sums haven't been properly done. There is a lot of I found another thing for not in my backyard the other day, but it's not in our uneconomic place for it to be put. It's the fact it is there. It's a small area and it's dangerous with one road and one road off. We keep saying that. People think, oh, it's just a small town. It's an island and it's very dangerous for anyone, including the people on the barge, for getting health and safety, fire engines, ambulances. I don't know who thought it up. The lack of common sense is just coming around and around every time. And there's no doubt it is Rishi Sunak wanting to get this done just so that he can look as if he's done something. But there are a lot more things that could be done. Why are we not using our military to build villages or tent camps for when they come off the boats? They should be processed at source. It's not good for people sitting around waiting for months. And why is it taking months? Why can we not train more assessors? It just seems to me nobody has really thought it through from start to finish. But I guess, we have to acknowledge there is a lot of money.
I guess, Susan, as we've watched this story over the last few weeks and months, and we've all got very familiar with the words, the Bibby Stockholm, it does appear to be perhaps, I think I'm in agreement with you very much, in that it is a visual sign of something being done. It's a very memorable name. Everybody's heard of the Bibby Stockholm now, and perhaps the government feel that they have to be seen to be doing something when they get thwarted every single opportunity, it seems, by the courts to take any sort of action in terms of deporting people to process them. So do you have some sympathy at all with the government in that they're trying?
They're very trying, aren't they? Sorry. No, I don't, because we have all of these people in positions of power, you know, and if they're trying, they're not trying hard enough. I actually blame the Home Office, who are the little spearhead travelling around the country. And I keep saying the word bullying. They are bullying local businesses. They are bullying local communities. And now I am ashamed to say I didn't realise just how many other places were suffering. And it is a case, in that case, not in my mind. And we don't until it affects us. I've now spoken to the people in the small towns and villages where the hotels have been taken over. In some cases, the immigrant population outnumbers the local village. That cannot be correct. It must cause social division.
Sorry to interrupt, you're a fantastic spokesperson for the No to Barge campaign, but it's quite interesting because looking at what people are saying at this time, now that the government have only managed to get 15 people onto this barge, which is quite ridiculous, really. 15, it's not very many at all. But a lot of people are saying, actually, they should get onto the barge. We need to make this barge happen. They should be even grateful to be on the barge after having travelled so many miles, and if they're in fear of persecution, etc., etc. So actually, there is quite a groundswell of support for the barge.
I'm not so sure. It depends where you speak. Certainly on our island, 99%, I would say, well, between 95 and 90% are against it. And it depends if it is in your backyard, of course, and in the right place. But here, the fact we have the security problems. And yes, anyone that has really suffered would be grateful to have a room on that barge. But these people, we don't know who they are. And again, the secrecy, there's no freedom of information. We don't know the proper costings. People have been applying for freedom of information from all kinds of organizations. And the fact is, it's costing a lot of money. And it's costing money that could be better spent. The homelessness on this island, I know a lot of those people would be quite happy to have a room on the barge. Yes, indeed. And perhaps one day it will be repurposed.